Welcome back to video 6 of the sew along. Today we're going to complete the entire quilt top. You're going to set your rows as follows: right, center, left, right, center, left, and then you're going to do it 3 times. You need 3 groups of right, center, and left rows. And then this is where it's important. You need to line up the last square on the right side row with the last square on the center row, and then vice versa for the center and the left rows. Don't worry about lining your rows up at the ends where you start and finish sewing them together along the long side. You need to match the seams on the squares, and this will ensure that your rows are lining up. I show that here again. So if you're new to quilting, I would suggest pinning your seams in place. I very rarely pin, so I just kind of go a little slower on those, and as I'm sewing over them, make sure my seams are still matched. But you're going to sew along that long side until you get all the way to the end, again making sure that those squares are lined up. See how nicely those seams match? And then you will take it to your ironing table and press. And then after you press that seam you just sewed, you can iron the rest of it if you need to, if it got wrinkly while sewing. And then you will do the same exact thing to the left row, lining up those squares just like we did with the previous 2 rows. So this is going to give you a 3-row unit with a right row, so that means the squares are on the right, a center row, the squares are in the center, and then a left row where your squares are on the left. You will do this 2 more times, so you have a total of 3 right, center, left rows. Then once you have all 3 sets of those 3 rows sewn together, you're going to do the last 2 seams of your quilt top. Woohoo! You made it! Let's go! And then just sew the last 2 seams, the 3 sets of rows together, lining up the left and the right sides of each, and you are done! I love this quilt! Thank you to Moda Fabrics for the beautiful Ruby Star Society Best Day Ever fabric line by Melody Miller. This pattern looks so cute in this super happy, cheerful fabric. Come back tomorrow for a backing and quilting video.